Today we are going to do Chapter 4, Lesson A in our Well-Ordered Language book. Before we begin the lesson, I'd like for you to turn to page 92 and sing along with me. First song that we are going to sing is the preposition song. Preposition is a part of speech used to show the relationship between certain words in a sentence. A preposition is a part of speech used to show the relationship between certain words in a sentence. Good. Now, let's see how many of you can remember our list of prepositions. If you need to, follow along on page 93. Aboard, about, above, across, after, against, along, among, around. Preposition words. Before, behind, below, beneath, beside, beyond. Preposition words. Down, during, except, for, from, inside, in, into, near. Preposition words. Of, off, on, out, outside, over, past, since, through. Preposition words. Throughout, to, toward, under, up, until, upon, with, within, without, underneath. Preposition words. Preposition words. Preposition words. Good job. I hope you guys did better than I did. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at the first section. You always read the directions. Learn it. Everyone should be on page 102. Remember that a sentence is a group of words expressing a complete thought. It is a complete sentence only if it contains both a subject and verb. Make the following fragments into complete sentences. As the writer, you get to choose whether the sentences have introductory prepositional phrases or not. So let's look at the example. During lunch, not a complete sentence, okay? We need to get at least a subject in there and at least a verb in there. So here's what the book came up with. During lunch, the cousins planned the afternoon. Okay, so you're going to add to what's already written there. Number 1, underneath the clothes pile in the laundry room. Not a complete sentence. So let me see if I can come up with a sentence here. In the laundry room, comma, she will find the gecko underneath the clothes. In the laundry room, she will find the gecko underneath the clothes. So I have my subject, I have my verb, I have my direct object in there. So in the laundry room, she will find the gecko underneath the clothes. That's not the only right answer. You can be creative, okay? So you can either push pause and continue this section, or you can finish letting me explain the other sections and then complete all the work at the same time. Next section, analyze the following sentences. You will mark the sentence, and as you're marking it, you'll say the choral response out loud. I will do it with you. Okay, number 1, let's begin. With axes, the older boys split the wood into pieces. The order of analysis is phrases, clauses, principal elements, and modifiers. Class, are there any prepositional phrases? Yes, ma'am. Into pieces is a prepositional phrase. Into is the preposition, pieces is the object of the preposition. With axes is a prepositional phrase. With is a preposition, axes is the object of the preposition. With axes, the older boys split the wood into pieces. This is a sentence and it is declarative. This sentence is about boys. So, boys is the subject because it is what the sentence is about. This sentence tells us that boys split. So, split is the predicate because it is what the sentence tells us about boys. It is a predicate verb because it shows action. There is no linking verbs because predicate verbs do not need linking verbs. Wood tells us what boys split. So, would is an objective element because it completes the meaning of an action verb. It is a direct object because it tells us what boys split. The tells us which wood boys split. So, the is an adjective element because it modifies a noun. It is an adjective. Older tells us what kind of boys split. So, older is an adjective element because it modifies a noun. It is an adjective. The tells us which boys split. So, the is an adjective element because it modifies a noun. Into pieces is an adverbial element because it modifies the verb. It is an adverbial prepositional phrase. With axes is an adverbial element because it modifies a verb. It is an adverbial prepositional phrase. Okay? So you will continue to do the rest of these problems saying the choral response out loud and marking the words. Again, I will have a key that you can look at to make sure you marked it correctly. Yes, you must mark the sentence. Okay? You must mark the subject, the predicate verb, the helping verb if there is one, adverb, adjective, direct object, preposition, object of the preposition, prepositional phrase, and you know how to do that. Okay? And then this continues with analyzing. Like I said, do the choral response and then mark it. Here, what is an object of a preposition? We just sung all of the songs, but I'm going to go ahead and play it for you again. Remember, that's why we learn the songs. You can also look on page 92. The object of the preposition. The object of a preposition is the noun or pronoun after the preposition. The object of a preposition. The object of a preposition is the noun or pronoun after the preposition. Okay, that's why we learn the songs, so that you can memorize these definitions. And if I were to do a complete sentence, I would say the object of the preposition is the noun or pronoun after the preposition. I'm starting my sentence with a capital letter and I'm ending it with a punctuation mark. Okay, again, moving down to the next section. Imagine that you are at a basketball game at school. With that in mind, complete the phrase for each preposition listed, and then write a sentence that includes the phrase. So this is just being creative. There's no wrong or right answer. Just follow the instructions of what it says to add. So a prepositional phrase, we could say above the rim. That's our prepositional phrase. So our sentence then could be, the player shot the ball above the rim. Okay, I have my subject, which is player, shot, which is my predicate, ball is my direct object, and above the rim is my prepositional phrase. Okay, so I would like for you to do your own for the word under. Remember, you're at a basketball game. Think, be creative. There's no wrong or right answer, okay? You can be silly, whatever you want to do. Okay, that is your lesson for today. Remember, you're completing pages 102 to 105, and then you may look at the key to correct and make any changes that may need to be made. Okay?